I thought it might be fun to do a sort of DJ version of the unboxing videos that I see sometimes on YouTube. I bought a small stack of records the other day. They didn't come in a box. It was just a stack I bought from another record collector. But I've put them in a box. I will show you the box. And we can pretend that we're doing an unboxing. I will take them out of the box. Mostly I just thought it might be fun to periodically start showing you the newest additions to my collection. And so what better place to start than with the records I just bought. And as you can see, well, maybe you have no idea. This front one is Blink 182. And this is a cool record. It's a self-titled record. I think it's their fourth, maybe fifth album. It's a good record. I've got a CD, but I never had it on vinyl. And one thing that's kind of cool, and I'll switch to the overhead view to show you this. Get it out of its protective sleeve. So you've got the cool cover. You've got the neat back with the picture of the band. It's a gatefold because it's a 2-record set, so you've got this nifty little picture in the middle. But the neatest part of all is one record. It comes on this blue-green, it's kind of a teal. I don't know how well it's showing up on the camera with the lights. But that's teal, and it's marbled. And then the other record is bright pink. It's not marbled, it's just like a straight up pink. And then the other side, it's actually just 3 sides. The fourth side is, if you can catch the light right, you can see there's the X's and the arrows. It's just like an etched record. And so for some people that makes the record more valuable. It's more collectible. I noticed, so when I got home, I bought these records. I went over, it was a fellow selling records, and I honestly, I thought maybe I paid a little bit too much. I paid $130 for the whole stack, and it wasn't a big deal. I felt like it's close to their value, and it's Christmas time and whatever. But then when I got home, I looked and I saw that while you can buy this album on traditional black vinyl much cheaper, this version, the green marble and the pink, is the cheapest one anybody's selling. Discogs is kind of the place to go if you have records and you want to know. You can't always tell what they're worth exactly, but you can see what people are selling them for. You can also see what they've sold for in the past. If you wanted to buy this on Discogs, I think the least expensive one is about $250. But I also noticed it hasn't sold for more than about $60. So that's often the case where people will have these massive prices for records that no one has ever paid close to that, at least on Discogs. You never know what someone has paid elsewhere or just cash in hand. But in any event, it's cool to know that this one is worth at least half of what I paid for the whole stack. And honestly, I don't really collect records in the collectability sense. I don't care if it's a purple record or a blue record or just a black record. I do like to get earlier presses because I feel like the older records were made at a time when records were the main way that people got music. So a lot of energy, resources, and money was put into making them sound really good. Whereas nowadays, they don't care at all. They just want to press anything and get you to buy it. So I do care about the release itself, but the color of the vinyl, I don't care. So if somebody wanted to give me $100 for this, I would take it in an instant, in a heartbeat. And then I could just turn around and buy the standard black vinyl version of this. So yeah, that is my super collectible Blink 182 record. A really good album too, if you're into that kind of pop punk Blink 182ness. So I'm going to put this back, and now we'll go here, and we'll reveal the next. The next one is certainly the most collectible of everything I bought. This next one, I probably should save it for last. If I was, maybe I should. Nah, that would be too commercial and highfalutin deep dish. I'm just going to show you the next one I got is My Chemical Romance. It is 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, which is not on its own a particularly viable record. I've already got this record actually. You can get this probably for $15. But what makes this one special, if I go close up, you can see this is the Hot Topic release. Back in the day, Hot Topic used to have records custom released for their store Don't think they'll do it anymore, but this one is, if you can really go in, I hope you can read that. It's clear vinyl with a red spatter print, so it's going to look like, I guess, blood on clear vinyl. I would show you, but this one is still sealed, if you can see the edge here. This has never been opened. This was bought new from Hot Topic. It's even still got the little security bump thing on it. And so that's pretty much the gold standard. If you're buying an older record and you could find it still sealed, then that's a jackpot, because you know you're getting the original insert, the original sleeve, the record has never been touched, scratched. It could be warped, it could be damaged, who knows, because something could have happened to it, but sealed is the holy grail. And this one I actually listed myself on Discogs the night I bought it, and within hours somebody, well, a couple days really, someone paid me $200. So I sold this online, and this is rare. Like, maybe once ever have I bought records and then made a profit, but I got more for this one record. I paid $130 for all of them. I got $200. So I actually came out ahead for the first time ever on record buying. I'm actually shipping this as soon as I finish recording this. This is going in a box and it's getting shipped to North Carolina. So yeah, there we go. The My Chemical Romance, the little come up there. So I'm gonna pull these out, set those aside. The next thing I got, and so for years, probably ever since these records came out, people have been telling me that Kanye West is a genius. You got to check out Kanye West, and I don't really know much. I know who he is. I know he's married to one of the Kardashian sisters. I'm not entirely sure I could tell you which one, but I know for sure he's married to a Kardashian, and that he's a rapper. But I've never listened to really any of his music, and so now the fellow had this, and I'll bring up two at once. I think these are the first two Kanye albums. It's the College Dropout and Late Registration. They seem thematically linked. They both got this sort of teddy bear fellow on them, and so I haven't listened to these yet. I'm gonna, maybe even tonight, when I have time to kind of sit down and just really listen all the way through and really kind of process it, because like I said, I'm told this guy is a genius. He is the genius of our era. So there's the back. I guess it was Kanye dressed as a bear. And then here is the records. They're just your standard black vinyl records. But you can see this is, I'm not sure this guy ever played these records. These are in untouched, mint-looking condition. So I manhandle and batter and bash my records up. So I'll probably cover it with fingerprints. But this is cool. It's got a little insert. It's the class of '04. It looks like maybe a college yearbook type of looking thing here. And there's that bear again. And so that's Kanye West, the College Dropout. And I suppose if I think this is the masterpiece that I'm promised that it is, or that it will be, that it already is, that I will accept it to be, then I will be eager to hear the follow-up, which is Late Registration. So I guess he dropped out of college and then he re-registered. I don't know. It's got the bear again. There's the bear about to enter the hallowed doors of the university. Inside looks similar presentation. It's brand new looking black vinyl. Another insert. This one looks a little bit more collegiate. Looks like he's in a lecture hall there. Oh, there's the bear, our fleshy little friend. So yeah, I'm finally, after 15 plus years of being told I need to check this guy out. Check back with me in a few days, and I will have I'll have an opinion on the first two Kanye West records. And then I'm also told there's one that's the 808 and Heartbreak that I have to check out too. So if I like these, I'll check it out. Next up, we've got Arctic Monkeys. This is a loud, fast, rockin' British band that I like a lot. If you know me, you know that loud, fast, rockin' British music is right up my alley. And this record, when these guys came out, let's switch to the overhead here. They broke some of the Beatles sales records. They did remarkably well. I have this on a CD, but I think this was the era when vinyl wasn't as easy to find. So, never had it on vinyl. But I did get a chance randomly to see these guys actually a couple months before this record came out, when they weren't famous yet. Just by chance, I stumbled across them playing in San Francisco, their first ever American show. So I saw them and I liked them, but I had no idea they'd become the phenomenon they did. Uh, but I can brag that I saw Arctic Monkeys before they were cool. It's black vinyl. It's got a little ashtray looking motif on the center sticker there. And yeah, this is a record I know quite well, but something I never had as an actual record. I only had it as a compact disc. So if you like loud, punky, rocky, kind of 2005-6 era British indie rock, I think you will totally dig that. If you don't already know them, they're pretty famous. Now we've got Frank Sinatra. What? How does he fit in with you? I don't know. This guy had all the guy I bought these from. He had basically every vinyl press Green Day had ever done. That was like his band. Green Day was just if Green Day put it on vinyl, he had it. And then he had a lot of other pop punk, some indie music. But then he had these 2 Sinatra records. And I used to have 20, 25 different Frank Sinatra records. And they're all gone now. And I don't know exactly where they went. If you look behind me, you can see, I don't know how much of this you can see. I've got 10 rows that are about yay deep each. I've got another 10 down below you can't see. There's 3 stacks on the floor. There's a stack on this side of the room. Downstairs, I've got an even bigger one of these full of like jazz and kind of loungy music that I listen to downstairs. And that's, I had about twice that many records at sort of the point where I had the most. I had too many records and it was just overwhelming and unwieldy. And I sold a whole bunch. I donated a whole bunch. I threw away a whole bunch. I had a whole room full that I just gave to my nephew and said, basically filled the trunk of his car and he took off and did who knows what with them. And I fear that somewhere, I didn't sell the Sinatra records because I would have known not to because I wanted to keep them. But I'm pretty sure that at some point the wrong crate of records got mixed in with those. So I gave away a bunch of Sinatra. And there's a couple other records that I just no longer have that I know I didn't sell or trash. So I think, but yeah, that was one of the casualties of the great culling. So I no longer have any Sinatra records. So when I saw these 2, this actually is one of my favorite ones I used to have, Strangers in the Night. I used to play The Summer Wind at parties all the time when I would DJ back in college. So I finally again have Strangers in the Night. And one kind of cool thing, if you look, Sinatra had the clout that he actually got his face on his records. So that's pretty cool. And I guess if you're not a Sinatra, I mean, everybody knows Sinatra, I think. Who knows now? I mean, millennials, maybe, or Generation Z, maybe Sinatra doesn't have resonance, but Sinatra is definitely worth checking out. Like this, he was, of all those sort of Italian singers of the 50s and 60s, he was the best one. I actually do like Dean Martin's voice, maybe a tiny bit better, but Sinatra took more care with his craft. Sinatra always made sure he had the best musicians, the best arrangements. He rehearsed, I mean, he just, everything he did, he put his whole effort into it and nailed it. I feel like Dean Martin just kind of staggered in, hung over, and belted them out. But yeah, if you aren't really a Sinatra fan or you don't know Sinatra, I'd say give the guy a listen because it's good stuff. And then I got this one too. It's That's Life. It's another one that I used to have that now I have it again. So I have 2 of my old Sinatra records back. I got to get the rest of the collection. And then the last one I bought, this was kind of like the Kanye one where I bought it because I'd heard good things about. This is Billie Eilish. I believe she's kind of a brand new singer or a newer phenomenon, at least newer than Kanye. Anyway, she's someone that I've been hearing about recently, and everyone's telling me, check this out. I've listened to this already, and it's amazingly, remarkably good. I'm really into this record. I didn't think I would like it anywhere near as much as I do. I bought it thinking there might be a couple of sort of pop hits that I might be able to mix into sets when I DJ, but honestly, I could listen. I listened to it all the way through, and there wasn't really a weak moment. And I definitely will play this over and over. It's got a very specific mood to it, a very sound. She's a great singer. So if you don't know Billie Eilish, I would say check out the When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go album. And one cool thing about this, just standard, boring black insert, but it's another one on the colored vinyl. And so you get this kind of, it looks different on the camera, it looks more yellow at least in the light. I wonder if it looks on this camera. Still looking kind of yellow on this camera. You see the orange a little more. This is actually very orange colored. I looked on Discogs for this, and apparently this was issued in a whole rainbow of colors, every color you can imagine. And there was an orange one, there's apricot, there's copper, there's gold. It was actually difficult. I finally decided I probably have apricot because this isn't quite bright enough to be orange. But who's really to say? But I'm pretty sure I have the apricot colored press of Billie Eilish. So let's put this away. And then if we switch back to the other angle, you will see we have unboxed. The box is now empty of records. So that was the unboxing. I'll give you my ugly mug again. So we have unboxed some records, and that was actually one of the very few times that I came up on records. I spent less than I spent because I sold. I'm not really saying you get what I mean. I paid, and I didn't know. I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm taking advantage of this guy. He said he wanted $130. I was like, sure, okay. I thought I was overpaying. In my head, I was like, I probably could get these for like $100 if I bought them individually. But being that one was kind of a collector's pressing, it's a record you can get for $15 that you can, for that particular version, somebody gave me $200 because it's the hot topic press. So we have unboxed, we've seen some records. If you like this, next time I buy some records, I'll do it again. Otherwise, see you next time. Oh, I am remiss if I don't tell you to smash the like button, subscribe button, do whatever people, the thing they always tell you at the beginning. That's probably what I should have said to start with. But yeah, if you like this, then you should like this. So, bye.